Hey everyone! We are working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy the content and it is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button right now as we proceed. Hit that subscribe button and do not go anywhere, because what we are about to lay out for you today is the kind of move that nobody is talking about right now, but absolutely everybody is going to be talking about 6 months from now, when the Blue Jays are grinding through the brutal stretch of a pennant race and needing reliable arms out of their bullpen night after night. Spring training baseball is officially here. It starts in less than 24 hours and Blue Jays Nation is buzzing with excitement. But before we get swept up entirely in the electricity of Grapefruit League games and the glorious return of live baseball, there is a very important piece of roster business still sitting on the table that Ross Atkins needs to address. And we are going to make the case today for exactly why he needs to pick up the phone and make one very specific call. The name is Danny Coulombe. He is 36 years old. He is unsigned. He would cost almost nothing. And he might be the single most perfect fit for this Blue Jays bullpen of any player currently available on the open market. So let us break this all the way down, because the details here are genuinely compelling. Let us start by establishing the context, because the bullpen situation in Toronto is something that deserves a clear-eyed, honest assessment heading into this spring. Outside of Yimi Garcia, Kevin Gausman out of the rotation, Jordan Romano when healthy, and the established core pieces, the depth in that bullpen, particularly on the left-handed side, is a genuine question mark. Brennan Little is there and has shown flashes of being a legitimate weapon, and Mason Flutie provides some additional left-handed options, but the honest truth is that neither of those guys offers the kind of consistent, reliable, veteran presence that you want when the game is on the line in August and a left-handed hitter is digging into the batter's box with runners on base. The Blue Jays have been trying to win a championship. A bullpen with question marks does not get you a championship. And that is precisely where Danny Coulombe enters this conversation in the most compelling way possible. Edward Ong, a journalist and analyst who covers the Blue Jays with genuine depth, has publicly suggested that Toronto is a natural fit for Coulombe, and when you actually sit down and look at the numbers, the argument practically makes itself. Here is the statistic that needs to stop you cold for a moment. Over his entire Major League Baseball career, Danny Coulombe has held left-handed hitters to a .233 batting average and a .596 OPS. Let us be extremely clear about what those numbers represent. A .596 OPS against left-handed hitters is not just good. It is suffocating. It means that the vast majority of left-handed batters who have stepped into the box against Coulombe over the course of his career have walked back to the dugout having accomplished essentially nothing. He does not just get left-handed hitters out. He dominates them in a way that borders on unfair. And in a sport where having a specific, reliable weapon against a specific type of hitter can be the difference between winning and losing a division, that kind of track record is extraordinarily valuable. Now let us look at his recent performance numbers, because 36 years old naturally raises the question of whether the production is still there or whether the career statistics are living on borrowed nostalgia. 55 games last year with a 2.30 ERA. 33 games the year before that with a 2.12 ERA. 61 games the year before that with a 2.81 ERA. 3 consecutive seasons of dominance across a combined 149 appearances. This is not a player in decline. This is a professional who has figured out exactly what he is, exactly what he does well, and has been executing that role at an elite level with remarkable consistency. The fact that he does not have overwhelming velocity is not a bug in this scenario. It is completely irrelevant, because Coulombe generates swing and miss through deception, through movement, through command, and through the accumulated wisdom of a career spent learning how to get hitters out without being able to simply overpower them. Those pitchers, the crafty veterans who understand every nuance of their craft, those are often the most reliable options available precisely because their effectiveness does not depend on a radar gun reading that age will inevitably erode. The projected contract here is what makes the whole thing almost absurdly attractive from a front office perspective. Spotrac projects Coulombe at 1 year and approximately $4.3 million. $4.3 million for a pitcher who has posted sub-250 ERA numbers across 3 straight seasons and who will absolutely dominate left-handed hitters in exactly the role the Blue Jays need to fill. For context, $4.3 million is a rounding error in the context of modern baseball contracts. This is not a financial commitment that ties up resources or limits flexibility. This is the definition of a low-risk, high-reward acquisition, the kind of move that smart front offices make quietly in the background while everyone else is focused on the headline-grabbing names. And the fact that Coulombe is still unsigned at this point in the calendar is genuinely puzzling, because the production record is right there for every team to see. For whatever combination of reasons, the age, the lack of elite velocity, the general market dynamics of relief pitching, he has not yet found a landing spot. That is the Blue Jays' opportunity, and Ross Atkins has built a career on identifying exactly these kinds of situations. Think about the practical, in-game value this adds for John Schneider. Right now, when a left-handed hitter steps to the plate in a critical situation, Schneider reaches for Brennan Little and hopes. With Danny Coulombe in the bullpen, he reaches for a 36-year-old veteran who has been in those moments hundreds of times, who does not get rattled, who does not suddenly lose the strike zone, and who carries a career track record against left-handed hitters that is genuinely elite. That is not an upgrade in terms of upside, it is an upgrade in terms of reliability, and reliability in the back end of a bullpen is worth more than almost any other quality you can name. Championships are not won with upside. They are won with dependability when the pressure is at its absolute maximum. And now let us shift gears entirely because baseball is back and the spring training schedule deserves the moment it has earned. The Blue Jays open Grapefruit League play against the Philadelphia Phillies on Saturday at 1 in the afternoon. And the good news for fans at home is that a significant number of this spring's games are going to be televised, a development that feels particularly meaningful following a season that ended with a World Series appearance and has this entire fan base genuinely hungry for more. Monday brings a matchup against the New York Mets. Wednesday has them traveling to face the Tigers. Thursday is a home game against the Miami Marlins. 4 televised games in the opening week of spring training, and every single one of them comes with its own compelling storyline. The biggest storyline of all, the one that every single Blue Jays fan should be circling and highlighting and setting calendar reminders for, is Kazuma Okamoto. The Japanese slugger who was brought in to provide the kind of powerful right-handed bat the Blue Jays have been missing since the departure of key offensive pieces is going to be on full display from the very first game, and the early reports out of camp are painting an absolutely electric picture of what to expect. George Springer, one of the most experienced and decorated players in that clubhouse, has been spending significant amounts of time with Okamoto in camp. They are in the same hitting group, meaning they move through drills together all morning, sharing the same coaches, the same feedback, the same repetitions. That is not an accident. That is an organization making a deliberate choice to surround a new player with exactly the right kind of experienced mentorship. And John Schneider himself has been spotted repeatedly working alongside Okamoto during daily drills, a manager investing his personal attention in a player he clearly believes is going to be central to everything this team is trying to accomplish. The early reports confirm that Okamoto is already hitting with the regulars, not the prospects, not the spring invitation guys, but the established everyday players. The organization is treating him like what he is going to be, a regular. He is going to need a slightly longer adjustment runway than veterans like Springer or Vladimir Guerrero Jr. simply because MLB baseball is a new environment with new rhythms and new challenges compared to what he experienced in Japan. But everything being reported out of camp suggests that the adjustment is going well, that the bat is as impressive as advertised, and that Blue Jays fans are going to fall in love with Kazuma Okamoto very, very quickly. The Blue Jays are a team with momentum, with purpose, with a legitimate championship window that is open right now and demands to be taken advantage of. The Jesus Sanchez acquisition addressed the need for a right-handed masher. The depth moves in the outfield have created competition and accountability. Spring training is about to give everyone answers to the questions that have been building all winter. And one move, one quiet, inexpensive, brilliantly targeted phone call to Danny Coulombe's agent, could complete a bullpen picture that would make this roster genuinely formidable from top to bottom. Now we want to hear from you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you currently rate this Blue Jays bullpen? Do you think Ross Atkins needs to make one more move before the roster is fully set? And are you as excited about Kazuma Okamoto as we are? Drop everything in the comments right now because this is exactly the conversation Blue Jays Nation needs to be having. Smash that like button, share this video with every Blue Jays fan in your life, and subscribe to this channel so you do not miss a single spring training update. Baseball is back, people. It is finally, gloriously back. Let us go.